Well, it definitely tried today. We were looking out to the south right now because the cactus cam is going to give you the best shot of seeing a lot of that moisture that pushed through the area as we made our way in towards sunset. Good little shower off to the south there. But when we think about what was the necessary missing element there, well, it wasn't actually windy enough as we're talking about a lot of opposing winds from the south. Right now, everybody hanging on to those upper mid to 90-degree temperatures right now. Those clouds really not doing a whole lot to cool things off, but at the same time trapping a lot of daytime heating, which we did see a record at 110. Watching a lot of those heat advisories and excessive heat warnings continue to be extended into the next couple of days, where by the time we get to this weekend, we could continue to see some more dangerous heat come back when we're talking about that heat dome and that high pressure when we're on day 33 of this extended prolonged heat wave, where we're looking at those temperatures right now across the board. Still pretty uniform, talking about that cloud cover. We're sitting at 107 up there in Robert Lee, Sterling City, probably a little bit more on par where we should be looking out towards those eastern counties. Coleman actually at 86 because they're seeing a lot of significant rainfall right now. We're going to get to that in a moment, but we are looking at those humidity values. Take a look at Coleman. That's a good opportunity to see areas like Ballinger too, where we want to be to see thunderstorm activity. But when we look at areas like San Angelo, Sonora, Ozona, either too dry or we're seeing conditions where there's just not enough wind. We're usually watching those areas follow along the moisture along with those winds when we talk about watching how high this will reach up into areas like Minnesota, because the winds are going to be very fast behind that, pulling a lot of that moisture that we saw today, where a lot of those storms did develop a lot further east of the Concho Valley. And then it's going to suppress down because we're going to see a lot of high pressure come back later on as we make our way towards the weekend. Right now, we're looking at a lot of strong easterly flow and a lot of strong westerly flow pulling these storms. But as soon as this low pressure moves out of the way, look at how strong this ridging comes back by Sunday evening, all the way up into Oregon. And then it starts to break off a little bit, but those are areas of high pressure and puts us back to about where we are now. But we're going to see those temperatures drop down to here, and we're going to see another low pressure system develop along the Great Lakes, where they're going to see significant amounts of rainfall. When we get a good look at the severe weather outlook and then where those storms are going to develop, you get a good idea of how things are going to start to look as we make our way towards the weekend. But seeing this powerful storm leave that cold front and more stationary front because of the opposing winds as we start to get closer to the Concho Valley, leading the strong line where look how explosive it is over Mexico, and then we're watching a lot of that moisture make its way down the Edwards Plateau and into the Concho Valley overnight, if not just a few more humid degrees out there when we're talking about what conditions will be like in the morning. But when we talk about what conditions could be like as we make our way into Thursday night, well, we could see another opportunity for some large storms, especially areas like Ballinger, Brownwood, seeing very explosive development as we make our way towards those later Thursday night hours. And then Fridays, dealing with a lot of off and on clouds, but a lot of those opposing winds from the south going to keep those storms mostly to the north of us. And when we're talking about that ridging pushing in, well, we're also talking about it not being windy enough to create any thunderstorm activity. So tonight, going to be dropping down to those upper 70s because it is so hot, and we're seeing a lot of cloud cover, and we could see little pockets of light rain continue to make their way into the area. And then tomorrow, we're going to see a little bit of cloud cover, make another run at those record temperatures where we're on day 4 of back-to-back record temperatures, and then we could see some late rain make its way into our area. And that's going to be the case as we continue to make our way towards the weekend, where we could see continuously hot temperatures. And then things are going to kind of cool off as we start to look at more post-frontal conditions, but seeing those lows really stay down there and in those mid-70s. But speaking of those hot temperatures, we want to take the time to congratulate Raymond Flores. Congratulations for our Beat the Heat winner, the last winner of the Beat the Heat contest. Congratulations. That'll definitely help with these hotter days on the horizon. Stay tuned. We'll have more up after the break. You're watching KSAN News at 10.